Hey guys, what's going on? Your good buddy Sam here, and let's do some more Max. What's going on today? Not too much. Another beautiful day here in sunny Jerusalem. I'm just chilling with the Max, taking it to the max, if you will. And I hope you don't, because it sounds really stupid. But in any case, if you were around yesterday, you remember we made this super cool cube jumping around, and it's not working, of course, but we made this super cool cube jumping around. Oh, look, look, it's so cute. So cute the way it barely even works. We made this cube, and this cube jumped around through space, and now we can't see it, and that's just silly. Where's our cube? I asked the cube. Oh, I know what's going on. There we go. There's our cube. We made this cube. It was flying around through space. It was super exciting. I promised you it would get even more exciting, and you thought to yourself at the time, Sam, there's no way this could be more exciting. It's a gray, shapeless cube jumping through space. But trust me, it can and will get more exciting. So what we're going to do you're just going to have to trust me on this, because it's going to seem like some questionable decisions are being made, but just let those decisions be made. Let those decisions be made and take a deep, calming breath and just come along for the ride. Terrible advice if you're ever traveling through Russian customs, but in this case, I think it's all gonna work out. So what we're gonna do, come up to here to File. You know File. File is where you do all your filing, and go to New Project. New project, not new patcher. That's because we're going to be using poly tilde to actually make multiple of these cubes. And you're thinking, poly tilde, that's for sound. You can't use that for visuals. Well, my friends, this is Max, where sound is visuals. Visuals is sounds. Up is down. Cats and dogs living together. So just let it go. I'm going to save this. You save it wherever you want, but I'm going to call this Multicube. Multicube. Excellent. Okay, so in your project Multicube, come down to Add File, make a new file. I'm going to call mine Main. This is just going to be the main. It's going to be the main patch, the one that opens when you open the project, and it's going to contain the poly that is going to be multiplied, or I should say, it's going to contain the cube that is going to be multiplied by poly. So go ahead and copy the metronome, the render, the Rasputin, camera, position. And that should be all we need. Just copy that and paste that here into your main window. And Max is going to bulk. It's going to bulk like the Balkan Peninsula because you already have a window named Rasputin. So go ahead and name this window Kasparov, after the Russian chess champion and perennial thorn in Vladimir Putin's side, Garry Kasparov. Cool, so there's that. Now what we need to do is make yet another patch. So come back over here to your project window here, add file to project, add new file, and call this one Multicube. Or Polycube. Yeah, Polycube. That's a good name. Polycube. I'll name my firstborn son Polycube, and he will get beat up every day by in the sphere-based dystopia in which he lives. Cool. So sorry, while I was spewing nonsense, you may not have noticed that I selected all these objects. So that's the material, the grid shape, the metronome, all this junk. I'm copying that and pasting it here into Polycube land. So now we have this Polycube business, if you will, and I hope that you don't. And we're almost actually done. So this is, think about it. We're making. You're looking at the template, the controls that are going to go to a single cube in our big flying land of multiple cubes. And all we need to do is add some controls to some inlets so we can control this patch from without. So what I'm going to do is make an in1 here. And this in1 is just going to connect up to this jit.noise. And we're going to use this to trigger a new position for our cube. So inlet 1, anytime we send a bang. So I'll do this. If you come up to the inspector for this inlet, you can come down to add or comment here and add a comment. And I'm going to say bang for random position. That's cool. That's very exciting. We save this, and if you come back to main here, and then do poly tilde polycube 10. This is going to make 10 polycubes, which is pretty exciting. And if you roll over this inlet, you'll see it says bang for random position. Awesome. What I'm also going to do is come back here, and you see this grid shape object here. I'm going to add an @draw2, and this is where we can define the context for our cube, the OpenGL context that it's going to draw to. And I'm going to make a #1 here. And you're thinking, #1, what's going on here? Well, basically, we're going to be able to replace that #1 with an argument that we pass to the poly object. So you'll see if I save this, the cube1 patch. Oh no, this is cube1. I'm sorry, I don't want to be messing with cube1. Sorry, forget this. I should close this cube1 so I don't get confused. Okay, close cube1, don't save. Come back to polycube, and I want to add an @draw2 #1. And #1 does not post this patch to Twitter with the trending topic #1, which is, I don't know, the number of fans that Justin Bieber still has or something. But actually, #1 means we can replace this #1 with arguments that we pass to poly. So we save this, and then back up here in poly, we go @args Kasparov. When we open up this poly tilde by double-clicking on it, you'll see that that #1 in this sort of polycube template here has been replaced with Kasparov that we passed in this actual instance of polycube that we passed from here, from the argument, which is really cool. So anyway, we've got the inlet set up here to trigger a new position, new random position. We also want an inlet to set the distance. This is going to be how far the cube moves around in space, its range. And another one here to set the speed at which the cube moves around. So I'm going to save, I'm going to come to the inspector for this inlet and say cube displacement. And this one here, I'm going to call this one cube movement speed. And so I don't goof things in the future, I'm going to write seconds in here because that cube is moving. This movement speed there is in seconds, in spite of the fact that everything else in the entire world of Max is milliseconds. This one object is going to be seconds. Not that I've got sand in my septum about it. Sand in my septum? What am I talking? Anyway, so that's we save this, and then if we refresh this object by deleting the V at the end of Kasparov and then putting it in again, we have more inlets, and they are magical and all set up. Can I do @target? I'm going to do @target 0 here too, so that by default any message we send to this poly gets sent to all of the cubes. And believe it or not, we're basically done with this tutorial anyway. Don't worry, there's plenty more to do, not only in Max but in life. This is the journey of 1,000 cubes begins miles. Alright, anyway, so there's why isn't this working? Maybe this camera needs to @draw2 Kasparov, so it knows that we're yeah, that was what was up. I don't know which that was bound to, but anyway, here's our cube down here in Cubeland, and now what we can do is let's see, this is the cube displacement, so we can set this to something like we'll make our cube displacement 8. Zoom out a little bit more to maybe z coordinate of 9. And the speed at which the cubes move, I don't know, man. Let's go with 150, no, milliseconds. 0.15, so that's 150 milliseconds. We'll make a metro 250. Put a toggle over here. Connect the toggle to the metro and the metro to the poly. Metro over here, toggle over here. And now look, we got these cubes, and the cubes are going crazy town. Cubes are going crazy town USA over here. Let's make this 0.25. Cool. Look at this completely useless patch that we made. Isn't that exciting? Oh, we didn't add the full screen stuff. Okay, so key cell 27 toggle full screen $1 capital. Oh no, I don't have the thing installed. Anyway, connect this to this, this to this, this to this, this to shit.window, Control Y, Move those up here. And now, there we go. Look at that. Full screen cubes flying around through space. And there's some stuff you might want to still tweak here. Maybe you want another inlet for that. This just can connect maybe directly to the JIT anim drive. And the reason you might want to do that is because you might want to change the ease function, for example. So I'm going to save this and then refresh this. And we've got another inlet here, so we can do... So anim drive takes some commands that let you mess with the easing. I'm going to do ease func cubic. Send that down here. And then if we refresh this, there's a single cube. Oh, because we haven't set these arguments in here yet. So 8, 0.25, and then is this working? Yeah. And we can make these move even more slowly, 0.5. Yeah, and you can see these are easing all over the place. And 10 cubes is really boring. Let's, just for giggles, let's see how many Max can handle. Let's give it 100 cubes. See if Max is that going to crash my computer now? Really, Max? You're going to have a hard time with 100 cubes? Is that so? Nope, it's okay. 8, 0.25, ease func cubic. Let's see how that looks. Oh my god, it's a thumping cube forest. It's an insane cube rave party. It's a knife party of cubes. Wow, very exciting. And if we throw a JIT GL handle, I should call this video off. I'm just jerking around at this point. Okay, we'll call that a stopping point for this one. But in any case, thank you very much for watching. I hope this was an informative and titillating video, like some kind of educational pornography. I hope it was titillating and informative. And I will see you in the next one. Take care. Have a good day, you guys. Peace. Peace? Really?